Hello lovely people! Thank you so much for clicking on this video and for watching the Vlogmas 2020 series so far, which you have definitely done, right? Today I thought we could all do with a little festive joy. Although our celebrations this year are going to be markedly different and we're perhaps a little further away from our loved ones, we can still shower them and ourselves in love thanks to presents. Capitalism, it has its plus points. I'm semi-kidding. If ever there was a treat yourself moment, it's 2020. The whole thing, the whole year, all of it, every bit of it. This year's gift list video is brought to you by Polaroid. However, when it comes to the other items, although some were sent to me as gifts, some were just things that I bought myself, some are things that I just happen to have lying around the house. But no matter what, these are all my own opinions. I am freely just saying exactly how I feel. That is it. We're going to start with a holiday classic and something that our family Christmas just wouldn't be the same without. Traditional sweet treats, especially panettone, beloved by my wife. God, that smells so good. Funnily enough, both Claudia and my mother are obsessed with panettone and cannot have Christmas without it. I say Christmas, the thing is so big it generally lasts until my birthday at the end of January. My birthday is the 25th of January if you were wondering, and this is my PO box where you could send me a birthday card if you wanted to. So Claudia has some kind of, let's say, gluten issues in that whenever she eats it, like her stomach just goes massive. It's also really painful for her, but she lives with it because she would rather eat things that have gluten in than things that don't. I've tried really hard, guys, okay? I've really tried. Last year I got her gluten-free panettone, and to be honest, even I had to admit that that was not a good trade. It was just a kind of really stodgy cake, which is not what panettone is. No, panettone is basically a really light and fluffy, sweet bread. Someone's gonna correct me in the comments and be like, no, I think you'll find it's a cake, but I think it's a bread. And you can get modern versions that have chocolate in, but the traditional classic version has dried fruits in it. I actually really like to collect panettone tins, especially these beautiful old looking ones. And the last year's one I actually keep my hair rollers in. Here it is, here's my hair roller tin. Joys of that is that it makes my hair rollers smell delicious, and thus my hair always smells like some kind of sweet treat. I like it. I like it a lot. So yes, not only is this an excellent gift in that you get something edible, which is always, I think, really good for people who seem difficult to buy for. For instance, I am probably difficult to buy for, I think my friends would say, in that there's not a lot of things I want, really, and I'm quite picky as well. So if I want something, it has to be the right version of it. So I should probably pick it myself, so I should probably just buy it for myself. So it's better just to give me things that I can use up. I don't even remember what panettone tastes like. For those of you just joining us, I've not been able to eat gluten for the last 15 years. And here are some other delightful traditional sweets. We have got sugar-free candy cane. Yeah. Lovely Florentines, which Claudia has already eaten half of because she's like on a sweet treat kick at the moment. And then there's nougat, which I actually bought for my mother whilst we were in Rome, but it's still in date and I haven't seen her since then to give it to her, so she's getting it for Christmas. These two are bought from a local farm shop though, and it's really worth looking into your local farm shop online because a lot of them are doing hampers for delivery this year, and it's a really nice way to help local small businesses to stay in business. I think it's really useful that even if you're buying something that is branded, is from a quite a big company, to then find a smaller company that you can buy it through, like if you were buying an expensive camera, to buy it from a smaller camera shop in your local area rather than to buy it from Amazon, even though Amazon sell gosh darn everything. Because I just think it's really lovely, especially in 2020 when so many businesses are struggling, to be able to help out your local businesses. Again, here we have some absolutely stunning packaging, and I mean, sweet treats, you really can't go wrong, because either the person really loves it and then gobbles it up and yum, done, or they don't, and then they can re-gift it. And really, you should always think about the re-gifting potential of your presents. But it will never end up as just a thing that kind of clutters space and eventually ends up in the bin. And I am very excited to eat this sugar-free candy cane, which I will eat once I've taken my brace out. Because yes, I know, I have a brace for the third time in my life. Does anyone else with EDS or another hypermobility type thing find that they have really strong teeth and bones, but because everything else is so flexible, their teeth just move? My teeth managed to crack off the fixed retainer I had set behind them. So here we are, pop in, pop out braces. Okay, are you ready to learn about not only the sponsor of today's video, but my absolute favourite present of the year? It is the Polaroid Lab. In today's digital world, we don't do a lot of printing out of photos. Now, I love creating photo books, but going through the process of actually printing out your photos just seems incredibly tedious. I mean, you have to choose which ones you want. You have to send them all to be developed. You wait for them to arrive. You look through them and choose the best ones. What a faff. Which is why I need to talk to you about this pure genius of a gift idea, the Polaroid Lab starter set. This little wonder allows you to print your own photos from your phone, and you don't need to be a professional photographer to make them look great. Although I bet even professional photographers would actually like this as a gift, actually. This little printer is all about capturing really meaningful moments, not just perfect shots. It's definitely difficult to buy a gift for a creative person. What object can you possibly give them that will spark their arty mind? Wonder no more. With this bit of tech, you can give them an experience. So you simply take a photo on your phone, position it on the app, use the Polaroid Lab's 3-lens system as your digital darkroom, and voila! Beautiful moments you can treasure. And then turn into ornaments on your Christmas tree. You could even pop a photo into your Christmas cards this year, sharing a special moment with the person who means so much to you. And because it's actually a physical thing to hold, they're going to treasure that photo so much more than if you just, WhatsApped it to them. Let's be honest. There are hundreds of photos on our phones that bring us joy, but we just kind of never look at because they're locked away. I mean, I only just worked out how to log into my iCloud and delete all of the terrible shots I didn't want to keep, but couldn't delete from my phone because they're on there. Confusing. And in doing so, I found pictures that I wish I looked at more often. Does that sound like something you would be interested in? It's definitely something I'm interested in. I've even now asked all of my family to buy me Polaroid film for Christmas. Well, my friend, you're in luck. Polaroid are offering not just a discount code for my subscribers, but an amazing competition where you can win your very own Polaroid Lab. Perfect for gifting or for keeping to yourself. I'm just saying. To enter, all you have to do is share a really special moment on Instagram alongside hashtag #myholidaymoment. Tag my Instagram handle @JessicaOutofTheCloset and make sure you're following both me and @Polaroid. Polaroid will then select 10 lucky winners to receive their own Polaroid Lab starter set. The competition will close on the 17th of December, so go, go, go. Do it, do it, do it. Win one for yourself. I love it. I'm not even kidding. I was going to give this to Claudia, but now it's a treat yourself 2020 present for me. Let's talk about underwear instead. I know, underwear is a pretty tricky gift to get right for someone else, so I would advise this one as a gift for you, because you deserve it, probably. Especially if you're subscribed to my channel, because we are so close to 800,000, which is my 2021 goal, so, subscribe and then tell a friend. If you're a fan of 1950s or 40s fashion, or just pretty things in general, then you will love this set from what Katie did. So lovely. Based around the normal designs that they have for their 1940s lingerie. However, for this special map edition, they have added some elastic in the back, which makes it much easier for different body shapes, because obviously we're not all the 1950s ideal. And they've also added some elastication to either side of the loop. Now, I already have some of their knickers, which you will be seeing potentially in a video that comes next week about vintage underwear, if I can actually get that finished. Just one of the many project videos I'm working on. There's another one coming on the 1st of January, which is like a really big project video, but we'll get there, we'll get there. Anyway, this one has elasticated loops, which I think is wonderful because from using their previous knickers, it can be a little tricky if they are not elasticated to Fun fact, post-World War II, escape maps were cut into lingerie, blouses, dresses, so this set, cut in the kind of style of the era, is just a perfect homage to that. Indeed, my grandmother recycled her own parachute for impromptu dinner parties on the front line, which is the most Nana thing I've ever come across. One should always be prepared, darling. The vintage map is digitally printed onto their lovely peach satin that they have in a range of other styles that are much plainer if you're into a more plain style. But I just think this is a really fun little holiday edition, holiday gift, and you can spend hours staring at it, trying to read the names of things, work out where you are. So yeah, that's a pretty easy gift for yourself. Let's talk about another easy gift. If you don't have a lot of money this year and you quite want to send something to your friends that is kind of fun and crafty and like you miss seeing them and you just want to like spread a little joy into their life, then I think a really great way to do that is to take like an old newspaper, bits of card, coloured paper that you might have lying around, or in this case, old sheet music, and chop it up into what can become paper chains, favourite decoration of the Victorians at Christmas. Also, me. Look how gorgeous this is. Look at that, look at that. They're fantastic. You can string them over the tree, you can put them around your windows, you can hang them from the lights in the ceiling, anything. They're really versatile, great, easy to use, maybe even on the stairs. So many ideas. There are so many things that you can do with them and they're super, super cheap as a present. So highly recommend, highly advise, go ahead, have a try. Up next is a series of books that I'm really excited about from Vintage Classics. So this is a major retelling of many sort of fairy tales and stories that we probably all know, but given a feminist twist. A fairy tale revolution reimagines some of our favourite stories, but for more modern children, from acclaimed writers such as Mallory Blackman, Camilla Shamsi and Jeanette Winterson. These tales do not star any passive princesses or macho princes riding in to swoop and save the day. Also no unconsenting kisses, because that's weird. Rather than the happily ever after of princess finds prince, these are much more liberated stories. The books are all beautiful hardback editions and they're really great for reading with kids or having slightly older children read to you. I mean, the only children in my life are under the age of 3, so this is definitely a read to situation. But I very much look forward to when my nephew is old enough to actually like read a book by himself. Because let's be honest, these will be the books I'm giving him. They feature gorgeous silhouette-style illustrations from Laura Barrett, which have been adapted from the vintage designs of Arthur Rackham. They have beautiful bright covers, which I think kids would really enjoy. And it's just lovely to see characters like Cinderella being the agent of their own fate. And Hansel and Gretel is, I think, genius. It's actually about how the siblings become eco-warriors trying to save the woodland. I see what you did there with that name. Next up, we have a lovely set from Etsy shop, The Vintage Boxes. Now, I have been trying to fill out my brooch collection recently, which I know is a wild thing to do while still living in a building site, as you saw in the last video. Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Every time I open my makeup drawer, like somehow there's just dirt everywhere. Like it just falls from the ceiling at random times. I'll just be having a bath and then a bit of plaster falls on my head. Why am I doing this again? Who thought having a project house was a good idea? Oh, me. Oh. Learn from my mistake, kids. Don't try and remodel an entire house during a pandemic. So the Vintage Boxes currently only ships to the UK and Europe, but hey, I'm pretty sure you can find something like that in America if you're American based or you have a friend in America. And they're really gorgeous. They're little items that are either vintage or vintage seeming, vintage feeling per se. I mean, let's thank the 1980s revival of 1940s fashion for the fact that we, you know, still have lovely things. However, they've since launched a lovely box set called Pins, Pennies and Postcards, which is going to ship internationally. These small packages each contain a vintage or vintage style brooch, a vintage postcard and a pre-decimal British penny. Very kindly, they also sent me this absolutely lovely scarf. I think will go with a lot of things I have and I'm very, very thankful for. Alright, the next thing is kind of random, but kind of great. It's a Scoopy Spatula. So when I was 17, I paralysed both of my arms. I know, stop me if you've had this one already. And one of the things that happened after that was that I got an occupational therapist who took me to this special centre where they have disability items and you just kind of walk around and choose the things that work for you, or they like show you different things that they think will work for your situation. And one of those things was that they brought up that I obviously can't lift heavy pans, and even though my arms are obviously markedly better than they once were, they are still very droopy and floppy, and picking up a pot of boiling water is a terrible idea for me. So what they had at the time were these special type of spatulas and scooper things, where you essentially just scoop things out of the boiling water rather than lifting up the whole pot, pouring away the boiling water, and then you're left with the thing. At the time, I was just like, no, can't cope, no. And I didn't get one. And I kind of regretted it afterwards. Mainly I just got other people to to do the boiling water thing for me. I just noped out of that one. However, I've recently found on the market though, they have so many of these items that previously we would have looked at as being like disability items or items for the elderly. And actually they're just available for general purchase. This one I saw in TK Maxx and I was like, you know what? I'm at a place in my life where I think this could be useful. I'm 31. I need a Scoopy Spatula. Yeah. And wow, what a revelation. What a revelation the Scoopy Spatula has been since then. I can do pasta because I can scoop the pasta out and it drains. Genius. Also, if I'm doing like roast vegetables, whereas to put it on the plate, I used to have to kind of get someone else really, because if I tried it would just go on the floor, to lift up whatever I had cooked them in and then like try and flick them off. Now I just Scoopy Spatula. And finally, I would like to introduce you to some of the nicest brushes that have ever touched my face. Also, the box is shiny. I'll be honest, when it comes to makeup, I'm pretty ignorant of the rules. Like, I'm aware that you're supposed to change your brushes often, but how often? Like a toothbrush often, or less, or more? And also cleaning them. I do that, but then they kind of just stay wet. Life is very confusing. The thing is, makeup products run out, so obviously you know when to replace them. Or, you know, you just reach into your bag one day and go, Jesus, I was in school when I bought that. Don't worry, that's not me. It's my wife, though. I ain't Marie Kondo her. This signature collection from Bobbi Brown contains some of their best-selling brushes. They're 5 full-size brushes, and they actually work really well and make my makeup look nice. Always grateful for that. There is a full coverage face brush, which I've not really been a brush person before for foundation, I must admit, and it did take a little bit of getting used to. And I'm still not sure about the whole sweeping or circling or like weirdly blobbing. I'm learning. This is supposed to be a blush brush, but it's delightful and it's so nice on my face that I just use it for powder. The angled face brush for contouring. And then we have an eyeshadow and a smoky eyeliner brush. They're lovely, they're so soft. You know when you can kind of use something and it's sort of expensive and you realize why it's expensive and that it actually works much better than the cheaper options that you may or may not have bought from a Malaysian roadside store. But yeah, so when Bobbi Brown kindly sent me this, not the artiste herself, although that would be quite cool, along with this delightful vitamin-enriched face base that makes my skin feel like really expensive butter. Honestly, I can't stop touching my face. Thank you so much for watching my 2020 gift list. Don't forget to join the Polaroid competition and be in with a chance to win your own amazing lab. I think it's just such a fantastic gift and a fun thing to play with all the time, to be honest. We should all have one. They're great. What fun at parties when we're allowed to have parties again. And we can just all like sit down and you put your phone on top and then any picture comes out and then, oh, there are all these developing pictures and you have to like mix them up amongst your friends and guess who took which picture and which is which, and oh, what a fun thing that will be. Friends gathering together. It'll be fine. 2021, here we come. Let me know in the comments what the most interesting gift is that you have purchased for a friend, family member, acquaintance, work colleague, or someone that you actually really dislike but just feel like you're obligated to give them a gift. Because I would love to know. And I shall see you in my next video, hopefully coming out in 2 days' time. Yes. Because hey, I'm actually kind of doing okay with this Vlogmas thing. It's happening. We're moving. We're going. I've got some big project videos that I'm working on. Maybe too many. Maybe should have thought that through. But also, I stress myself, but it's fun. I do enjoy it. And I really just like making stuff for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.